Where was it in your journey where you felt like you started to lose your passion? And you did step away for a while.
The second Scooby was the first time the business kind of let me down, although that's weird to say because that was my expectation not being met. I remember the first movie did great. It made $750 million. It's probably made more, obviously, since then. But at this point, when we were going to do the second one, that's what it had made. And the whole cast wanted a raise, except me. I'm not trying to like brag, and I won't get into numbers or anything like that. But I was making more than them on the first one, and more than what we were contracted to make on the second one. And I was happy with the number, right? And so my agent let them know, like, we're not going to ask for a raise. Everything's cool. And I remember them calling my agent back and saying, well, we want to give the rest of the cast a raise, and we'd like Freddie to take a pay cut.
Wow.
And I was like, wait, so I'm giving them a raise? Like, we made y'all $750 million. You're telling me you can't afford to pay them what you're paying me? And for the record, they deserved to be paid what I was getting paid for the second one. And they're like, yeah, we'd like you to take a pay cut. And I remember sitting there and being like, am I gonna like actually consider that? No, like we have a contract. If you'd like to pay them what I'm making, do it. We made you guys a fortune.
Yeah.
And this was at a time where like, I remember like they were giving like huge bonuses and gifts to other actors in movies. I think they gave everyone in the Lethal Weapon when they produced a new Range Rover. And they gave us, and I'm not joking, a box of Scooby snacks. Okay? It was a box of cookies. And I remember being like, oh, well, all right, I guess they didn't dig us that much.
Yeah.
Cool. Like the cast of the X-Men all got $1 million check when that came out.
Damn.
Like,
A lot of Scooby snacks.
The whole cast was like, man, we're going to get something sick. And it was a box of Scooby snacks. So maybe that's where it started. But they hit me with that. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not taking a pay cut. And then I'm not even joking. The next week in one of those like entertainment tabloids, they were talking about my salary and saying that I made like nothing on it. And I was like, hold up. Like now they're leaking fake stuff. Am I going to insert myself in a tabloid? No. And I remember my godfather said, you're in control of two things, your reactions and your reactions to the actions of others. And so I took a breath and kind of sat back and was like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do my job. It's clear that this studio doesn't respect me and they don't want to be in business with me. So it's easy for me to not want to do business with them. It's not like if I wanted to do business with them, they would say yes anyway, clearly. So I don't need to read their scripts. I don't need to, they sent a couple scripts out of that, but I didn't read them. So I won't do business there. And this is 20 years ago. And like I said, the people who needed to be forgiven have been forgiven, and they probably don't even work there anymore. Some of them are probably dead. So I don't have like ill will towards anybody anymore, but in my 20s, I sure as hell did. And I remember being like, well, maybe this isn't the right business for you. If you're not going to be treated with the respect that you've certainly earned. And I've always been professional with them. I was never late. I never caused problems on set. Yeah. I always knew my shit. Or you said I can cuss.
Yeah.
I always knew my shit. I was always there for everyone. I never acted like the lead. I understood the dog was the lead and we're the supporting cast. Like I got all that.
His name is in the title.
Yeah, I did all the press they asked me to do, stuff that I normally wouldn't have even done. I was like, no, man, I'm here. I'm a team player. And I remember just being treated so poorly, or at least feeling that way, that I was like, maybe this isn't the business for me. And then I stayed away from them and found some other places where I enjoyed myself. And then